What I'm going to do is share some of the questions, and I will direct it to members of the panel, but all of you feel free to give some input, okay? Let's take it from this panel here. What is the greatest joy you have experienced in your work?
I'll take that question.
Okay.
For me, it's happened, electronically. I come into work, and there's a voice message from a student who took the IDAPCA test and passed it the first time. And that it says to me, well, somebody must have listened. Someone must have taken some good notes. I come into work sometimes, and there's an email, and it just says, I passed, with an exclamation point. And that is really, really refreshing.
Right on. Anyone else?
I think one of the most exciting things started for me when I first got into the field, and teaching an adult to write their name and seeing that person go on in life and get clean and stay clean. Or just walking down the street and somebody walk up to you and they know you and you don't know them, and they tell you about how they've been staying clean, and you was a part of that you planted a seed. Or when I used to supervise and one of the employees come up to me, you know what, you encouraged me to go back to school, and I've got a degree now, and I'm going to continue on in school. So I think those are the things, that just to see how people improve and change, and you saying something or doing something has planted a seed in them to change and to want to help and to continue.
Okay.
Although I'm not in the field yet, not just have I experienced alcoholism problems in my life, but I had a young man that walked up to me one day and wanted money from me, and I wanted to know why he wanted this money, and he said, well, he had been in Chicago for methadone to try and help him with his drug problem, but he didn't have enough money to get back to Elgin on the train. However, he did stay and talk with me for about an hour, and I gave him $5 to get back to Elgin. Made him promise, however, that if I was going to give him that $5, he had to stay in touch with me. And he did at least write 3 letters, which impressed me tremendously. And I think it said to me, you know what, you might be able to make a difference here. It helped steer me towards getting into the addiction studies.
All right, very good. Let's go to another question. I'll direct this into Dr. Shane Koch. How can I help a family member who needs help but doesn't realize it?
You know, I think this is something that comes up a lot with students. It comes up a lot with professionals. And my experience tells me that although sometimes we as family members expect ourselves to be able to meet any kind of challenges, the reality is, as family members, we may not be able to be in the position to really help the folks we care about in the way we would like to do so. And I think, the important thing for me to recognize is that, I don't get to choose. I mean, in my own life, I don't get to choose who I get to help, and I don't want to sound, for people to take this wrongly, but God chooses who I get to help and who I don't get to help. I may not be able to save my best friend, but I may be able to save her sister or Gaija's cousin. So, I mean, I think there's an amount of humility in this work that tells me that I have to do whatever I have to do today, but I don't get to control the results. But having said that, I think with families who are really struggling, the important thing to do is to reach out and find the person who can help your family member, because I may not get to help my sister get in recovery. Gaijif might get to do that. Maybe God's role is for Gaijif to do it, or maybe it's for Carolyn to step in. I mean, I don't have to fix my family. Fortunately, there's people out there who can help me and can guide me and can strengthen me and can move in, even though they may be from outside. Even they may be from outside, and that's a hard thing, I think, for us to accept. But that's, I think, what my experience has shown me.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. The next question, and Anthony, I'd like to direct this one to you. what advice do you have for those who want to enter the addictions workforce?
I would kind of harken back to my presentation earlier. I would certainly want people to take a close look at their life experiences. And the first thing is rule out that you're coming into this profession to get paid. Let's rule that out. All right? That's the first thing. But certainly you want to take a look at your life experiences and take a look, see how have they predisposed you to respond to challenges. In other words, that R word that we haven't really heard much today, but it's been on display in other ways, resiliency. Have you been able to bounce back from the normal challenges that life presents? And how enriching has your life experience been? Have you been pretty much a monocultural person? Have you ventured out beyond your family relationships? Have you truly done things other than just simply pass through a neighborhood? So it's extremely important to take a close look at self before you try to help others.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but we're out of time. We could go on a little more here, but again, if you submitted a question for this webcast, it will be answered by email. If you know someone that needs help, please contact us at 1-866-213-0548 by telephone or by TDD/TTY at 1-866-843-7344. The webcast is being videotaped and will be rebroadcast on various venues on the internet and on CAN TV, Channel 19. Thank you so much for joining us. There will be several other activities during Recovery Month and beyond sponsored by DASA. Tune in Sunday nights from 9 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. to the Recovery Radio Show on WVON, dial 1690 AM. DASA will join the host, Dr. Dorothy Thomas, for a series of addiction topics over the coming months. Backed by popular demand is the third annual Recovery Month softball game and ice cream social sponsored by DASA. A lot of fun. The event will occur in Springfield, Illinois on Wednesday, September 17th at 5 o'clock p.m. and will be held at the McFarland Mental Health Center, Cyrus Young Field, 901 Southwind Road. Join us for a great deal of fun, food, friendship, as well as some friendly competition. Trina Diedrich from DASA has been selected by SAMHSA to represent Illinois for the Hands Across the Brooklyn Bridge Recovery Month activity in New York City, beginning September 26, 2008. Trina conveyed her personal story with recovery as a part of her selection for the Illinois delegation. The event will be covered by national and local media and featured on A&E Network, which broadcasts the TV show Intervention and is highly supportive and interested in the event. And regarding Trina, I want to say her commitment has no bounds. She does work with the American Red Cross. She worked on the Katrina event. So whenever there's casualty or tragedies in lives, she's there. Again, thank you so much for joining us. This concludes the webcast, and we at the Illinois Division of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse submit to you that recovery is real. Join the voices of recovery all over this state, all over this nation. Do it to show you care. Do it to show you love. Once again, thank you very much.